This year we are entering ninth grade, high school, and we are having to make some changes. There's a number of reasons why we're having to make changes. One of them is my daughter's sports schedule. You know, ninth grade sports is no joke. There is so much more of a time commitment in ninth grade for sports, and we at least know that going into it, and so we can make these changes when we are beginning. So that's one thing. Number two is the classes. We last year did 2 high school level classes. We did Algebra 1 and then Earth Science. Both of them my daughter received a high school credit for, but it also gave me really an idea of the type of time commitment that is required for high school classes. Number 3 is I want to really focus in and drill in on good study habits this year. My daughter is wanting to go to college, and with that, I think that she needs to understand how to study and, you know, just have really good study habits. And so with that in mind, we are having to make some changes to our daily routines. We have never been that family that says we're getting up at 8 o'clock every day. We will start at 8:15. We're going to do morning basket from 8:15 to 9 o'clock. Then we'll move into math and we'll do math from 9 o'clock to 9:45. That just hasn't been us. Up until this point, we have been more of a flow routine family. Get up about 9 o'clock, 9:30, have breakfast, watch World Watch, do our morning routine, read alouds, etc. Then take a 15-minute break, get into our subjects, work on our subjects until about 12:30, take a lunch break, come back, and whatever subjects we didn't do in the morning, do in the afternoon. Whatever independent work she didn't get finished, she will have to do on her own in the evening. And that's really just what we have been doing. And this past year was really the first time that I saw glimpses of how that would not work in high school, because this past year we consistently had to be out of the house to get to my daughter's sports early. So we had to be out of the house at 3:30, or we had to be out of the house by 4 o'clock on a very consistent basis, and that did impact our routine. So this year, for the very first year in our homeschool, we are doing a schedule. We need to be able to get things done. We need to be able to manage our time better. We need to be able to not get burnt out during the day. We need to be able to stay focused. We need to be able to get our schoolwork done so that we can enjoy those extracurriculars and friends and all of the things that we want to enjoy during this season of life. But school and book work just has to be a priority for us as well. So what we are going to do this year is she will get up at 8 o'clock. She or I will fix breakfast. We take turns fixing breakfast for each other in the mornings. And then by 8:15, 8:30 at the latest, we will start our day. And that will include World Watch News, Bible, read alouds. Following our morning time, we will take a very short break. It will probably be about 5 to 10 minutes, and we will get into math. With our geometry, we are going to do 50 minutes of math, whatever that means. If that means we have to talk about the lesson for 50 minutes, which I really don't think it will be, but if that means we have to talk about the lesson for 50 minutes, then we're going to do 50 minutes of talking about the lesson. If it means that we can present the lesson and then she can do her work in 50 minutes, then she will get that done. And then after that, we will do a 10-minute break, because I want her to really be able to focus on that 50 minutes. Then we will be going into one of our ELA components, and we will do, again, 50 minutes and then take the 10-minute break. And so this is what is going to be really one of our big focuses this year, is we will not work longer than 50 minutes at any one time, and then we will take a 10-minute break. We will take a 45-minute to 1 hour break for lunch, and then we will get right back into our day with no more than 50 minutes for every hour. The reason that I'm doing it this way is really twofold. Number one, when I was growing up, my mother did this thing because I do not like to clean the house. It's not one of my favorite things to do. I just don't like it. But she would set the timer and say, we are going to clean for 20 minutes and then we will take a 10-minute break. And then we will clean for 20 more minutes and take a 10-minute break. And we had to clean for that. It was 20 minutes. But she gave us this timeline and said, focus for 20 minutes and then you will be able to have a 10-minute break. And so it was just the way that I had grown up. I still don't like to clean, but I can get it done when I am just looking. I only have to do it for 20 minutes. Now, I've also done some research into this 50-minute, 10-minute strategy for studying. And there are some pretty amazing outcomes from the research that I've done on this. Number one is it encourages deep focus. So it encourages your students to focus for that 50 minutes because they know that there's an end time. And they know that they have to get this done, but for 50 minutes they will focus, and then for 10 minutes they know that they're going to get a break. It's also fulfilling my time management because this is going to build discipline through time management. So we are going to learn how to manage our time better. For 50 minutes we will focus, and then we will be able to not focus for 10 minutes and then come back and focus again. But it really is supposed to help with time management and discipline in time management. Number three, this 50-10 philosophy is supposed to reduce procrastination. And that is really one of the things that we struggle with in our home is procrastination. And since we are going to have to be doing something for the 50 minutes, we may as well finish the work that we have versus procrastinating, because that's not going to help us. And so we are going to focus for those 50 minutes and not procrastinate so that we can get our assignments and projects completed, because we have to be here anyway. According to research, this also says that it increases retention because you're receiving information in smaller chunks. And so I hope that that is correct as well, because if this works with my daughter, then it is going to be a massively huge advantage for her going into college if she knows that this is something that works for her and knows that she can retain more when she implements this 50-10 rule. It is also supposed to reduce or prevent burnout, and so I hope that that works. We really need to have a sustainable schedule for this year because it is just busy, and we need to be able to get our work completed and fulfill that responsibility of completed work and be able to then not be burnt out and enjoy the rest of what we want to do during the day. My hope is to be completed with our day no later than 2:30. Now, some days we're going to have to be completed with our day earlier than 2:30 because of my daughter's sports schedule and other responsibilities, but I am going to work very diligently that time period from 8:30 to 2:30 with an hour lunch and then 50-minute chunks of time will be what we are going to do for this year. If you look at that, it is really 5 hours, and is actually less than that because you have the 50 minutes. So it's 5 hours where we're going to do 50 minutes on, 10 minutes off, and we will be able to also have a 1 hour lunch break. And I think that that's very doable. I think a 5-hour day to complete everything is a doable situation for what we are focusing on this year, because we are not doing every subject every day. If you're interested in what curriculum we are using, I did release a curriculums fixed video, which I'll make sure that I link down below. But with that, there are some heavy lifters this year. My daughter is taking geometry, she's taking biology, and she's going to write another book. So these are things that I know are going to take time. So her day will look most like waking up in the morning, school up through about 2:30. Then she will be leaving for completing sports for approximately 3 hours, from 3 to 6 or 3 to 7. Come back, she will have dinner, and then I want her to be able to chill out. I mean, I think it's very important to not have every minute of the day assigned to something. And so in the evenings, I just want her to be able to enjoy relaxing with us outside of school. Now, there may be days where she has to finish her independent work when she gets back from sports, but I do want to try to limit that as much as possible. One other way that I am going to do that is if during this 8:30 to 2:30 time period, if we have finished our school for the day early, then she always has projects that she has to do this year. She's making a quilt, she's writing a book, she's doing research papers. There are things that are going to be long-term projects that she has to do this year. So she's always going to be able to work on those projects in the afternoon if we have extra time. So say we finish our school and what I need to do with her at 1:30. She's going to have a 50-minute chunk where she can complete her independent reading. She can work on her quilt. She can do things that she needs to get done. And it is not going to be just free for all, get on technology and veg out for that time period. We are going to really work on starting at 8:30 and ending at 2:30. And that's just how it's going to have to go this year. At least we're starting it. And I hope that this works, because I have really high hope for this schedule, that we will be able to focus, we will be able to avoid burnout, we will be able to increase retention, and we will be able to have fun during her 9th grade year.